just had a tangent conversation about marrying single mothers. And you see the perspectives, you see the thought processes that's going through our minds, you see our real life experiences that are coming out to play. You're going to be able to take from that and apply it in your own lives. And just for our viewers that are listening to this, like, you know, you're like, what are you talking about? The woman has to let a man pick who she's going to be with. We are traditional men. We're old school men. So we, just to give some context, we're all Muslim, right? We're all Sunni Muslims. So we have a spiritual background, and it's kind of easy for us because our religion outlines certain things, how it should be, and it matches totally with traditional men. So for women, when we mention about, like, you know, a man should select who you're going to have a relationship with and have a marriage with and all that, we're talking about old school values where a man would literally go to your father and say, I'm interested in your daughter. They might see you at the county fair, the park, or whatever, but they know that it's actually kind of disrespectful. It's dishonoring the woman and all that if they're not going to the significant relative or man that's in her life, because the way that we're doing that, and just not to get too deep into it, but it's better that just like we need good men in our circles, women need good male relatives in their circles so that they could say, hey, yo, you know what? I know this guy's a sleazeball. You don't want, he may talk a good game, he might look nice, makes a lot of money, yada, yada. We know as men, this type of man is not someone you want to be with. And that's what we mean about a man being involved in the selection process.
And to add to that real quick, and again, it has so many layers. We're trying not to get too deep with this right now for the first show, but just the mere presence of a man is protection for women. Is covering for women. So basically, if a man is trying to date or mess with a woman, and he learns and understands the father is not in the house, the father is not around, he then has a different thought pattern to how he's going to tackle that situation. Whereas if you flip it and he finds out that, man, this woman, I really like this woman, woo, woo, wow. And then he goes and gathers information, and he finds out that she has a mother and a father. They've been married for quite some time. The father is a well-established man. He's going to approach that situation very carefully. He's not going to just overstep certain boundaries. He's going to go through the proper channels, because just the mere presence of a man in a woman's life is covering and protection. So I'm going to leave it there.
I got to add one thing onto that. One thing is that, just for the women that are listening, if you are a single mother, just like what Hussein just mentioned, certain men, a lot of men, actually, sleazeball men, bad men, target single women specifically for that fact, because they know it's less likely that they're going to have a man that's present in their life. They've already been with somebody. They already got a kid. They're living on their own. They may be like, looking for most good men are kind of like steering away from them because, oh, you got baggage or whatever. There's men who prey on single women for that fact. If you're a single mother and a man comes up to you and he's interested or whatever, and you say, I want you to go talk to my brother, I want you to go talk to my father, right there's the first test, because most men will say, oh, okay, I don't want to talk to you. I'm out of here. So go ahead.
And I think what happened right now is that we started talking about a lot of these topics, and we really need to lay the foundation. And I want to really get into plugging my thing here. I want to really get into covering what we need to lay down first, like the Man's World podcast. Why is it a Man's World? Why is it called Man's World podcast? For us, like I always say, we have like a cheat code. As Muslims, we kind of have these things laid out. We really just need to actually follow the blueprint that God laid out for us